Hello, in this video, I'll be presenting 5 everyday items made using different manufacturing processes. It is important to mention that these are just my guesses to how these items are made, and I cannot guarantee the accuracy of this information. I am basing myself on the information I was able to gather. Now, let's get into it. First, we'll look at a quick response fire sprinkler deflector. The deflector is used to create a dome-shaped or conical spray pattern of water droplets to cover a certain area. It looks like a small gear. The deflector is made out of metal, typically stainless steel with chrome finishing. It is a few millimeters thick, and the process I suspect is used to make the pattern on the deflector is hobbing. Since the deflector is rather thin, it is possible that a thicker metal cylinder was cut using the hob, and then a lathe was used for parting. There is also a small hole in the middle of the deflector, which would have been drilled on either a mill or a lathe. The second item on my list is this steel cylinder used as a tube. Right off the bat, it is possible to tell that it was sand casted. One reason for me to believe this is its coarse finish and the pattern which resembles sand particles. The finish can also be tested visually using this gauge. Another reason for me to believe that sand casting is in play is that this process is usually used for tubular cylinder heads and other odd shapes. This is possible since the sand is used as a molding material and the liquefied metal is poured into it where it solidifies to form the cavity-shaped part. For the third manufacturing process, we will be looking at metal forming. This square-shaped desk frame is a good example of that. This frame is made out of steel and is coated with epoxy powder. Metal forming is a manufacturing process that relies on mechanical deformation and reshapes the piece without adding or removing material. I believe that the entire frame was in a shape of a rod, and then it was punched into 90-degree angles using this process. Unfortunately, I am not sure whether the workpiece was heated or not in order to make the plastic deformation possible. If it was, then the process's name would have been hot working. Similar to the previous example, this chair's frame also went through metal forming. However, it has clear signs of welding as well, which can be seen in the corners. Welding is a process where two or more parts are fused together by means of heat, pressure, or both. Once the parts cool down, they become one. There are different types of welds, and it can be very difficult to know which one was used, especially if the welding was done poorly. From a visual inspection, my guess is that this weld is a groove weld that was done to the corner. The last example I have is a shampoo bottle made of recyclable plastic. Working plastics can be done in different ways, but my guess is that this shampoo bottle is made using extrusion blow molding. In extrusion blow molding, the plastic is melted and extruded into a hollow tube, which is then captured by closing it into a cooled metal mold. Air is then blown into it, inflating it into the shape of the hollow bottle. The reason I believe that this is an example of extrusion blow molding is the clear lines on the bottle's outside from when the plastic was cut into the metallic mold. Extrusion blow molding usually leaves this bit of excess plastic on the part. So that will be it for this video. If you notice any mistakes, please correct me. Thank you for watching.